Best of the best practitioners of love and light. Hear ye, hear ye. I'm trying to get warm over here. I did the thing. I followed through. It seems like such a silly thing to check off the list, but I did it. And I started seeing signs of wonderful things. Before, when I first went out, there were more electronic interferences, such as like my Wi-Fi, or what do you call it? My Bluetooth wouldn't connect in the car. I mean, I checked all connections. I checked it several times, and it wouldn't go through. And it kept insisting with its like certain certain playlist. And then when I decided to return, it was just fine. It was just fine. I decided like not to like care about it or whatever, because I forgot what it was like listening to regular radio, and I wasn't into it, so I turned it off. So it didn't like ruin my day or anything, but I could tell the intention was to wear out, like blow out my phone, so that I would, I don't know, to blow out my phone. So there was one thing was going to lead to another or whatever, but it didn't happen, did it? No. Yeah, so I did my thing. I did some cleanup, and the Fae were so very happy. The Divine was very, very happy that I did that I didn't book it for another day. And what else? Yeah, because it wasn't like my mess. It was, community mess. So anyway, I feel better. I feel like I maybe had some RBF today. But like I did the best that I could do, even without being like absolutely fit in my body. But I'm okay, man. I'm doing wonderful. Let's put it that way, okay? And I realized I was backtracking in certain phrases that I started saying in the last video, like, there's nothing wrong with me. And I kept thinking that, like, there's really nothing wrong with me. And usually when people say that, it's like, okay, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? But the thing is that I realized that there is really nothing wrong with me in order to like book me for some kind of secure me for even just a very simple entry level job, or even like a managerial in what my experience is. Like there's no doubt in my mind. So that tells me how it's not just people living in fear. It's like how awesome I am at what I do with this. Because like if people thought it was bogus or whatever, if they didn't see any truth in it, then it would be like no big deal. They would want someone who's reliable and experienced, and it's like, who looks the part or whatever. And it's like no big deal. People have their quirks. But if I am speaking the truth, this tells me that I am accurate. And my partnership is very real with the Divine. So much so that other people see it. And they are frightened of it. Frightened. So anyway, I just thought that was very interesting, because that was a lot more uplifting to me. It wasn't like, because I remembered how, I was like, what if we're all best friends? Let's think about it that way, and how everyone's urging you in their own like individual way, that to do the right thing, to do you, and to do you at best, and and just everyone doing that in their own like direct or indirect or passive aggressive or karmic way. So if I look at it that, like, everybody's a supporter, right? So I'd rather live my life like that. Honestly and logically. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. You know, I'd rather just 100% be in that and be in those pairs of shoes. Because, like, nobody's going to ding you for, like, assuming that you're on their side. You know, or, like, you know, that we're on the same team. Nobody's going to ding you for that. I'd like to see what the argument is here. Is this mic working? And I think that's just the way to go. But then I started seeing all of these cards where there was like absolute darkness in this world. People using like torture and dark magic and all these aggressive forces that you just like can't ignore. You can't just say like, oh, it's a wonderful world, you know. Everybody has their own ways of communicating. You can't always do that, right? So I decided that I was just gonna logic my way in, like intuitively, and just do the INFJ thing and look at it and just like, that tells me that I'm really, really good at what I do. For a second there, I feel like I channeled in the character of like Neil deGrasse. There's no doubt about it. I scanned through all of the evidence, all of the inputs. I mean, I had so many trials to realize I am really good at what I do. So regardless of whether or not there's external support, like a stance that I can see, like, oh, that's my neighbor, they support me, etc. I know. You know, what did they say that, what is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery, and like, bad publicity is good publicity, you know, all of these things, but that are, cognitively known by default. The deduction is that I'm really good at what I do. I think, so much so that people are worried or afraid of, you know what? Let's just say maybe they're waiting for me to get ready to like put together a price list or some kind of like exclusive thing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the divine that's waiting for me to do that. I decided not to stress myself out with it. That is just gonna download when I'm ready, when it's ready, when the world is ready. I really feel like that. Because anything that I've really tried to push, just like, it doesn't make its way through. I told you, like, things materialize almost instantaneously for me when I really, really need it. Like, when I really need a job. And so that, like, mind boggled me. Like, what did I do? Should I have not said anything? You know? And I realized that, I was pushing to get another job when that's really not my calling. It's a different ballpark here. So, you know, let's go with that. Okay, so I was going to originally ask, what time is it? 6:23. I was going to ask, what makes me the perfect candidate for what I've applied for? And I think the only reason now that I'd like to ask is not because I think the initial reason was to like coerce people. And I think I'm tired of trying to control what people, you know, think, or control anything extra, you know. So I think the only reason why I'd like to know is just for me, and to let others know what they're missing out on. Because You know, and I'm going to ask Jesus. I'm going to ask Jesus Christ, because Jesus is, even, like, for me, okay, Spirit is like so absolutely loving, and so is Jesus too. But Jesus is, can have a harsh tongue like me too, like very, very serious. Like, last things I heard was like, ouch. Okay. That's when he pulled the negativity card for me. I was like, yeah. So we're using Liberty Tarot of the Eternal Stars, Estrellas Eternas. Okay. That's all we're using, okay? So, Jesus Christ, I'll let you take the stand here. What makes me the perfect, not just the ideal, but the perfect, the exact, impeccably accurate candidate for what I've applied for? This includes the application of what I do here. Okay, not just your regular 9-to-5 office job. This also includes here. Thank you. Okay. It's a sun card. It's obvious. Thank you. Okay. You bring happiness. You bring joy. You bring the vibe that is just shining, stands out above the rest. You can't ignore me when I walk into the room. You can't. Even if you have an aversion towards me, it's like, my eyes. Now I'm seeing spots. Yeah. That's what they saying. I bring happiness. I bring joy. I bring in the inner child. So, well, Jesus, let's go ahead and make this kind of like something that's just for me. That makes me me. That can't be cookie cutter or duplicated, okay? You know, I'm tired of people watching me just for themselves. I'm tired of being somebody's, like, accessory. You know? Nah. Tired of being that part where I help people become the best of. I just, no. So this one I wanted to show its way through. It's the 8 of Wands. I am an excellent communicator. I'm very forthright. I will tell you if there's spinach in your teeth. I will find a way. It might take me a couple seconds, but I will tell you. And I'll be low key about it. You see, my hood's over. But definitely, my communication strives to bring happiness, joy. You see, that's the first time that I noticed that there's on the edge that there's a rainbow. Yeah, but my communication is very striking. You see the spirals? Like, this is... I make my points clear. And what else do we want to say about this? It's saying something about the reach. The way I communicate speaks for itself. It's like the work speaks for itself. So the delivery is almost like a slaughter. Yeah, you see like this information web right here. Like a cape almost. So I've mastered it. I've mastered that, it says. In one of the interviews, I had to do another writing assessment. This is a separate company. And it was like, how would you approach this customer who, had an issue with their order, etc., etc. So you only had like one shot in order to deliver what your troubleshooting skills were. But it usually you can't get that done within one shot, because you'd have to verify the discrepancy first before you actually fulfill it. So given that there was a piece of evidence like, oh, this is my receipt or whatever, and this is my instance or whatever, and there's a credibility of the company tied to it, so in essence, I already skipped over the validation part of it, because they said, here's what you charged me for, and it was like some sort of a typo portion of it too, along with like the mishap with their order. So I jumped over that, and I decided to conflict resolution my way through towards the end of it. So I thought that was sufficient enough. And the critique on it was that what they would do is validate it first. And I'm thinking like, yeah, of course I would have done that too, but I thought that was already the implication there. So I just left it be, like, if somebody's going to keep me for an hour within their, units with inquiry, I would think, I don't want to overthink it, I'm here right now. I'm meant for this. If it's a no, it's a no. But like, that's all there is to it. So, when it comes to validation points, like, they're there. There's no assumption when it comes to communicating with other parties. I just know. And I know what they preferred to see on their end. They would rather see more of the resolve than the front end. But it's okay. It's okay. So there's that. What makes me the perfect, absolute perfect candidate for what I've applied for? Okay, that's that one. The Emperor in reverse. I have strong faith. I have strong morals, a strong moral compass, because Spirit is with me, like in pocket, for sure. I'm not going to do anything that I don't feel right doing. If I feel it's unethical, you're going to know it. You're going to know it. I'm not going to tell you off, but I will tell you, I don't think that's right. And here's why. So, I'm not a yes man. Yes man will eventually become a liability to you. Do you know why? Because every person, every yes man has a threshold. One day, they have a term for it? Going postal. I don't do that. I don't let it bottle up. I do what's right for me and for the people that I work for and work with. So, there's that. I'm led by Spirit. Oh, and it's also saying that I have I have hidden leadership qualities. So if you hire me for entry level, you're going to get basically the whole package. But, some people don't want that, but that's fine. It's just, that you do you, and however long you're going to be able to do you, All right. Okay, those two. All right. So 6 of Pentacles. There's equal exchange. When I have enough for myself, this is like the Queen of Cups, but except with pentacle energy, with tangibles, including soft skills. that are, well, soft skills are intangibles. Like, this is your bedside manner, business etiquette. These are like the ways of the sword that you can teach with your colleagues and your superiors by way of conduct. And persona, how you conduct yourself as an individual or just with a person, or even the dynamic of peer-to-peer. This stuff goes a long way. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, like, I don't think there's any degree for that, honestly. In fact, those soft skills are a rarity. So much so that if you're looking at what you would rather obsolete, it would be people who just like know how to cite information in text, like know who have just focused on book studies. That's it. See, I remember feeling like there was an aftertaste almost when I said, like, in the previous reading, that I have the equivalency of the intelligence and wit, the comprehension of that of someone who has their bachelor's, their master's, or even their PhD. I felt that some people might be really blown away by that. But again, are they doing what I do? Can they do what I do? No. The deductions, like, they'll see very much that they would comprehend the concepts of all of this as well. That connecting the messaging of different life forms, different dynamics, is very much at that level. They would agree to that. They would agree with that in a way that those who value education and that have reached that level would not be offended by it. The people that would be offended by it are the ones that mostly bought their way in or used a lot of drugs in order to get through all the tests, and built a network of people who could cover for them and cheat their way through. Like, those are the people that took the shortcuts and found like a staggered way of getting there in order to get that, like, piece of paper. So those are the people that would be highly offended by what I said. So over here we have the Hanged Man muted, if not inverted. Yeah, I'm objective even with myself. There's really no favoritism when I do readings, when I, let's say, just straight off the board. Like when I do readings or when I communicate. I hold myself to the same standards. That's all there is to it. And that's just life. Yeah. Okay. So, alright, interesting. What is coming through now? The universe, or the world card in reverse, opened up to the Four of Wands. Okay. So something about in-house. It says that I'm a very hard worker. That however long it takes to turn this back up, to like finish, to see things through, I will make sure that the house is still standing. I will make sure that it feels warm and happy and things are moving, like they're still like, how do I say it? What were we going to say about that? the people have the confidence in order to do what they do best. Like, this is peers, this is anyone within the same house, in the same entity, within the same umbrella. They're going to feel confident about where they're at, what they're doing. So let's say there's like a bunch of layoffs, right? And it's like, so you're, so I'm like, what is it? Like wrestling with this snake here that's about to like cut off the heads of, you know, like bite, you know, at different realms of management or peers. I do what I can as a front man in order to satiate, if not tame, this beast so that the house feels strong and standing, that they can do whatever it is that they need to do, no worries. I like it. I like it. Okay. Anything else? Okay, we have several here. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse, and then the Empress in reverse. I don't know, it kind of slid. I had to pick it up, then it would be a reverse. I think it carries meaning both ways, honestly. So what I do is I mediate. And by mediate, I'm saying I clear paths. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. But there's also the Temperance card right over there, which is very, very similar to the silhouette and the impression of the Empress. Right? Interesting that we got them both like that. Yeah, very, very interesting. Okay. So we clear pathways. Oh, so even what I do here is clearing you so you could walk your path. That it's easier, that you won't trip up. So it's like the Empress in disguise. That's who I embody. In pocket. I'm not gonna rub it in your face, you know, because when the Empress isn't upright, that can be pretty intimidating to people who are just started their journey, or are just starting a new leg of their journey. I'm told I don't need to over-explain there. Definitely. So, very well-tempered. Okay. So, we have the Ace of Swords right here. I think it's important just knowing that there's a lot of integrity with the data that I come across. Yeah. Like I work to secure that. So I will read through contracts, look for typos. Like I will proofread contracts that normally are just signed right away by most, like by all. I was told by HR at one point. They're like, oh, nobody's ever caught this. I've had it in the system for over 10 years and nobody's ever caught those errors. And it's like, well, I'm just letting you know. It doesn't look clean to me. You know, like I'm just you know, you might as well know. That's it. Yeah. So there's like no stopping me with that. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I already know these things, so I'm kind of like bored of this reading. Not to be. I feel like I'm just telling people, like I already know these things. It's but thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and like switch gears now, because I feel like I already know this, and others should already know this. I shouldn't have to like sell to them. It feels a little gross. I don't know. It doesn't make me happy. Okay. So, all right. Forget about all that stuff, okay? Thank you very much so. Okay, Jesus. I want to know why you're happy with me. What makes you happy with me? Princess of Swords, Page of Swords, and the 8, which is Justice in reverse. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so true. I didn't know what Jesus would say, considering we already had the Sun card, the Empress card, Emperor card, Hanged Man card, like Ace of Swords, like what, 4 of, wands, like, dude, I'm like, okay, says that I am a learner, a researcher, a student, someone who like, yearns for the truth, yearns not just for the truth, but absolute truth, which means justice. Jesus is very happy with me because I will seek out justice. Okay. And 4 of Pentacles in reverse said, I'm not going to try to manipulate anything. That I'm not going to micromanage its ways. I will give a lot of caution and forewarning. I will do readings that that will give notice, so that nobody can say like I didn't know. People can't say that they were never informed, that they didn't, that it was just a mistake. That they can't dumb down their misdeeds when it comes to me. So I don't need to micromanage. At a certain point, I will not warn anymore. Yeah. So I realize I can't control anybody, and I'm not supposed to. So I just, learn. I learn the patterns, try to develop new ones, document all the things that I'm seeing. Ask Spirit direct. And the Spirit shows me new gems. Okay. 2 of Wands in reverse, shown with the Queen of Wands right there. That's excellent. Because even though, like, I've got it going on, like, Statue of Liberty, absolutely lit. Like, I'm the torch within the Statue of Liberty. It's like, it just keeps going. But yeah, this is a high witch, a grand high witch, looking at that. But absolutely confident, looking and feeling great, highly coveted, just stunning. And even still, at that, being that this opened up to that, it's saying that there's still a lot of growing to do. Yeah. In spite of this being good just as is, Jesus likes the fact that I'm not going to just use the prowess or use my gifts or whatever just to get by. Just, that's it. I'm good. I'm good right here. No, Jesus knows that, like, along with the Page of Swords, that I'm a constant learner, so that there's a lot of growth opportunity with me. That open-mindedness, that's the reason why, like, at the baseline, there's fire. And it's like grace, no pressure. So it's almost like, is it 2 of Wands in reverse? Like, there's still a lot to learn about me, a lot to uncover. There's still a lot to bring to the table in spite of just it being that. So, you know, I've heard people say stuff like pretty privilege. Dude, you don't know me, you didn't know me when I was younger. Like, I never even conceived of the idea of calling myself pretty. At best, like, I could only aspire to be cute. Cute was a very different thing back in the day. Okay, so I never got, no. So in spite of like, looking at reality, I could probably just get by with my looks, but I don't. So that's why Jesus is very happy with me, very pleased, because there's a lot of people that will just be like, I'm okay. I'm okay with just this. Okay, there's a lot of orange, a lot of lit colors here. Very nice. So there's a humbling fact that I know that there's a lot more to me. Okay, so those two. 4 of Cups and 8 of Cups in reverse. I think it's saying that Jesus is very happy with me because there's a lot of ground covered with me. Like, this shows movement. Okay, so 8 of Cups is like going back to find yourself or whatever, and then you come back. You're more resilient, more refined, more together. There's less resistance. Okay, you see, like, all the things that you're pulling or like toiling with, and it gives you some added perspective, like stepping out and then stepping back in. So something about a breather. And then 4 of Cups. I'm not sure if I understand the 4 of Cups. It's like, okay, so with that being the Face card, like, there's almost like the lovers intertwined here, but then all of these demons like running amok, and like this looks like a loose what do you even call that? Like a broken pipe almost. Like, all this havoc is happening, but it's kind of like ignorance is bliss there. So, what are we gonna say about that? Holy smokes. Oh, okay. So, letting go of like what we used to toil with, what I used to toil with, that I can say, like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, all of these demons wanting to, what do you call it? Tempt and lure me back through triggers, through enticing, through, it's not, no, I'm good with myself. No, thanks. So, okay. So I'm able to act upon my observations that are legit and verified. Because those are found within the silence of, sans drama and trauma. Okay. Jesus is very happy with me because 9 of Cups pronounce. Oh, okay. Again, independent happiness in many different forms. Like, I love myself in this position, in that position, in that position. With however I position myself, I am happy with myself. I'm good with it. Like, I am good with it. Hallelujah. Score. You know, that's what that is right there. See? That's pronounced. So, Jesus is really happy with that. Because a lot of people even like prior me was basing happiness off of the external. Okay. What is this? The Knight of Swords. What? This is accentuated. Are you sure? Let's get some clarification on that. Like, we have, oh wait, that's 6, not 9. 6 of Cups. So this is union. This is like kinship with the world. Like, but this is still feeling right with yourself. How are you going to have kinship with, like, rightness with the world in its most accentuated, extroverted form as an introvert and and within these several positions, you know? So, score for me, score for others. Awesome. Okay. So you get, like, the best of me, the best of my love. Oh, what's the sad song? You've got the best of my love. That's such a sweet song. Okay. But this is, like, moving exorbitantly fast. You remember we talked about ludicrous speed? That's, like, super fast. So, like a bullet. Like the speed of light. I have to write down these songs. Okay, where are you? Oh. That's not the one. Okay, I have a pen here, and I have my tea bag thing here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is insane. Like, this is eager. Like, I'm not gonna push my horse to the point of my vehicle being worried. So I'm not gonna stress my body to the point of worry. But I will focus my energy, and when Spirit says go, when I have to, like, when I know what it is that I need to do, I am leaning forward and I have, like, deuce. Do you see that? It's like Captain Hook, except 2 spears. Like, it's insane. Jesus says I'm a little insane with that. Yes. So, yeah, what? Okay, so, if you have any clarification on that, Jesus, I'm open to that. Okay. 7. That's weird. The Chariot in reverse. I think even at stopping points, even when, like, they hit the pause button, even when I have to regather myself, when... What is it? Deuces wild? What is it? I don't remember what that saying is. That's kind of weird, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. So even when my vehicle also is parked, like when I'm in sleep, when I'm just in supposed to chill mode, like laying on the, what do you call it? Those chairs, lawn chairs, by the pool, or, like, I can't just sit still. My mind is completely bonkers sometimes, like forward, like focused. So, Jesus likes that about me. Like, even in dream state, like, sometimes we don't know, like, we go unconscious, or how do I say it? Sometimes we don't know all the things that we process and come across in our dream state. So that's what spirit, like that, I think that's what Jesus is telling me. Like, Jesus knows. I told you, Jesus is watching over the dream state. No, for me anyway. I know that for me. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, that's one. Cups, 5 of Cups. Jesus is happy with when I can say goodbye to energies that are just turbulent, just like brainless turbulent. Like, there's no focus, it's bloodthirsty, it's just warring, you know. It's people who don't think about their actions. Like, no, thank you. No. So when I say goodbye to them, I push forward the energy of, like, that hope, like the cocoon status, or like their energetics that are to lead them to growth and healing. Like, we can tell people that they need to grow up simply by rejecting their energy. And we don't even have to vocalize that. We just walk away from it. We're just like, no more. You know why they call it dissolution? That's part of the reason why. We're just going to let it, dissolve. No. Like, it decaying, you know? Yeah. It's like, just grow up. No more from it, no. Okay. 5 of Swords. So, yeah, I talk about the warring aspect of it. It's knowing that, like, even when we go through battle, as a victor, there's also that sense of humbling defeat, in which you can't win over everyone. Not everybody's going to be your best friend. The opponent energy is very real, because that opponent energy is strongest within the individual that, that poses that energy. So, at some point, like, this is what I realized in initiating the divorce and following through with all of the things that are involved, is that, like, people are going to have to, like, heal themselves. There's nothing more that I could do to help alleviate any of that pain. Because what they do is they procrastinate with it, and they stack it upon, other burdens, other baggage. So they can't really, it's hard for them to decipher, oh, is it that? Oh, is it that? Oh, is it that? It's kind of all of the above, because you haven't even, like, unpacked it. You haven't, like, unpacked to see what's in there. So, Jesus likes that I can do that. And still honor all the elements, still honor the sentience. Yeah. Very much. Like, there's no yes or no answers here. And it's like, spirit here, in some form, is holding onto this pendulum. So, the pendulum is not let loose, because there's no question about it. This is correct. There's no questions. It's... Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this person is this warrior is holding this string, I realized. And it's holding on to like what looks like a kite, you know. They're holding the kite for me, holding playtime for me. The divine is holding playtime for me to get through some of this. So my kite doesn't float away. That's sweet. The devil in reverse. Okay. So Jesus has got to love that, right? And this humbling, you let go of a lot. You learn to let go of a lot, or release. Let go is, you know, you lose something, but when you release something, it's for your own good. Think about like just using the bathroom, 1 or 2, it doesn't really matter. But you know, it's releasing old thought forms, behaviors, patterns, things, sources that are, it's not just not for our highest good, it's to our detriment. Yeah. So Jesus loves that for sure. Okay, I'm going to open the deck to 6 of Wands. That's excellent. Oh, and right behind that is, but it's in reverse, 6 of Swords. Okay. We have Master number 66 here. It's a Master Lover, Master Artisan. What is that? No, that's 9. Goodness gracious. It's the 9 of Swords. And the 6 of Wands. Excuse me. I think there's some disturbing things that we encounter, like people who are absolutely bloodthirsty. You see, like people that are trampled on here, his opponents, and the blood is like seeping down, it's beating on his chest over here. But here we are, just like kind of trying to like find some harmony, you know, playing the flute in the background, and trying to get an upper hand on that turbulence. Because when we're amidst it, like, what do you? You're not gonna try to convince like this King Kong's got nothing on me type of energy. You're just like, I'm just gonna do whatever I can. And because of that, there's hidden victory. Like there's a quiet win in that, which is due for upright. But let me see here. It's opening to that. A lot of accomplishments to unfold. This is already scribed. This is already written. So Jesus likes the fact that this implies that there's a lot of like goal-oriented, there's leadership qualities within me, because this is pocketed. This is already written. This is what is due to flow. That's a lot. Like it takes up the whole thing. You see the fine print? That's insane, because that's not just like line by line. This is one column and then another column. So it's like it's like a scroll of accomplishments. Okay. Yeah, so that's why the 6 of Wands is about to turn up. Okay. So we split the deck to that. So the bottom of the deck is 10 of Wands. Okay. What's underneath that? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so Jesus likes that I'm able to take on a great deal of responsibility because I can size things up correctly. You see the 2 up front? Yeah, definitely. Must have been a warrior back in the day. Because that's holding strong. There's something about... Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Four of Swords. Okay. Oh, Jesus likes that when things are not working within my favor just yet, that I'm able to see what I can shift within, which is take some time out and like, what is it? Gather myself, like meditate on some things. You know, like if we're ever feeling ill about things not, if we perceive things not to be in our favor, like the aesthetic, the surface level of it, that means like we need to take like a time out here, because that's any level of mistrust with the divine is like, no, you got to correct yourself, just get some sleep on it, etc. So that's what Jesus likes within me. And the top of the deck is Hermit in reverse. Okay. I do my shadow work. I do the work. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Okay. Now it's time for the Bananagrams. Well, hello there. How did you find me? Okay, we're gonna find out here. Q. Okay. I shall always ask questions. Yes, yes. R O E T U T P T A E S P W I Y L X E. I have Lexi. I have Alexis. Quit. Quite. Quiet. Quest. Twits. Roald Dahl the Twits. Okay. Exit. Exist. YSL. Peter. Pete. Paul. Paul is here. Okay. Stu. Stan. No, there's no Stan. So, because there's no N. Stare. Ripley. Okay, somebody might like Aliens, the movie. Ripley. Or Ripley's Believe It or Not. We might have some critics here. Ray. Elise is here again. Elsie. Story. sport. Tory. Okay, there's the R. Okay. Lie. There's other names here. Allie. Apple. That's Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter. Artie. Art. Tila. Somebody might like Tila Tequila. Okay. Okay. Latex. Okay. Story. Exile. Epoxy. Taxi. Layla. Actually, no, there's only one L. There is Leia here. Attila. That's what it is. Attila the Hun. Okay. 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 Exist. Okay. Jesus is happy that I exist. Just that's the bottom line. That there's someone out there that's just that I'm me. See? I just wait people out. You don't pay very much attention to them, and it's just like they gotta tap out. And that's it. That's how you tell people's true intentions. Just like, no. Okay. That I am on a quest. I like that. I like it that I can try to be just as still life as possible. Not necessarily boring, but you test people's thresholds. You're not going to go crazy to, No. Sometimes the exit plan is just letting things happen organically. You ask a question, they ignore it. If they were trying to come in to see if I would, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's another person that I need to, just take out. Okay, so we have a W. Tape. You know what Jesus really is happy with me for? That I can rate, certain things, like look objectively and rate something. That, I can take it into context, but like when I give my perspective or give, like, how do I say it? When I'm rating something, when I'm giving a critique, it's not like judging. You know what I'm I don't know how to say it, but that's what they told me. That's Let me see if there's anything else here. Plate. What does it have to do with exit, though? It's like when I'm done with something, it's like I played it. Like that's the final. that's the last meal. That's it. So So there's a lot of like courtesy and grace involved when I have to say goodbye to certain things. And it's exact to what they deserve, if not generous still in serving. Yeah. What else? What else here? Pure? Pua. There's like pua shells, IPA. Oh. Well, raw. Then I'm very raw when it comes to telling my stories. And pew. But there's still a spiritual aspect to it. It's not like I'm just telling stories. That there's something to learn from it. Like you can sit down and learn. But it's also like pew pew. Be careful. You may get in. Yeah. EU. I forget what is that. EU. Something about Europe or something about the table, periodic table. But let's see if there's any other place that this E can go. EP. There's two places that we can put PE. E.T. though. Something otherworldly about me that I enjoy. PE though, like physical education. I think this is like a new realm of PE anyway. If you're looking at PE is like how to conduct yourself. Yeah, I really feel like that. Yeah, put a new twist on it. Okay, let us see what it looks like. PE. There you are. That's what it says right there. Okay. So, now that this reading is officially over. Yes, it is. Upon closing all portals, I'd have to thank my supporters and my sponsors. All donations provided in light and love. Thank you so very much. And now that this reading is over, I send all energies back. Closing all portals, sending you all back with your appropriate karmas due. Closing all portals in light and love. Now.